Guess what somebody mailed me 2 weeks ago, brothers and sisters? I'm going to be honest with y'all because y'all my supporters and y'all the ones who's donating and y'all the ones who are going to make this school a reality. Somebody sent me a milk chocolate white penis in the mail for my birthday. I didn't show y'all that. I didn't take a picture of that because it was absolutely disgusting. But I want y'all to know that some people out there are so trifling, so hateful towards your brother, Dr. Umar, who don't want to do nothing but help our children, help our families, help our women, help our parents, rebuild our communities. Somebody sent me a milk chocolate white penis for my birthday. I didn't share that with y'all.
Anti-Afro Svengalis. Yes, you heard what you heard. If you hadn't heard it before, I just played it. And I have to put out a couple of questions before I move on. Who is the one that introduced sex into the equation? Who was the person who brought up LGBT? Who was the person who went around spreading rumors about people, speculating about people, who they're screwing, whether or not they're gay? And always the responses came out of anger. It was Umar Johnson that started this. Umar is the one who introduced the sexual element into the conversation when it comes to alerting others to his scam bagging ways. Now, also, Umar Johnson got wrapped up in some whatever scandal. That was before I was posting videos on the internet, but I was aware of that. So Umar Johnson himself brought this to the forefront. Even when he tried to ward off all of the commentary that was going on, Umar tried his hardest to distract from the scamming that he was doing. So now he has turned up the heat because he has seen more responses have come through. More people are recording videos. So Umar Johnson's response to people recording videos is again to sexualize the situation. Even though Umar Johnson didn't specifically refer to sex, he referred to people being ugly and not desirable along the same lines. Specifically, Umar Johnson brought sex into the equation. I maintain that is incredibly bizarre. It is beyond repugnant. And it is a way of trying to force people into sexual conversations. Whenever Umar has children out, remember he had those kids at that, whatever he was, I don't even know what the hell he was doing. He's talking about penises and vaginas. He finds a way to insert sexual elements into whatever topic he's talking about. The rants that he was going on within the last 3 or 4 months, he's talking about hot asses, voluptuous, fine asses, talking about women in the most degrading terms, and at the same time referring to men in terms that he knows will be degrading. He doesn't agree with the man. He calls them girls. He calls them gay, LGBT, says they have gay lovers. Umar Johnson has said this many times. Now, Umar Johnson made the statement about Tariq. Remember the statements he made about Tariq, about saying, what did he say? Oh, I got a history on you. You got a history with men. No, let me just play it because I don't remember exactly what he said, but listen to this.
Are you aware that your bitch ass extra lip gloss, what black man puts that much shiny shit on their lips and then poke them out and smack them with your feminine ass? See, people was telling me for the longest time that they thought that you was on some confusion, some sexual confusion for the longest time. But see, I got receipts on that. I got receipts on that. Because I done already been told that you like letting dudes play with your booty hole. Tariq Nasheed like letting dudes play with his booty hole. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I've been hearing that for years. I've been hearing that for years. That's right. You got a history with men. Keep talking. Keep talking. I'm going to go deeper on your bitch ass. I said it. You didn't hear me? I said Tariq Nasheed be letting dudes play with his booty hole. Tariq Nasheed be letting dudes play with his booty hole. Receipts is coming. Receipts is coming. Bitch ass nigga, you should have never came for me.
Listen, folks. Umar got pissed off because Tariq came for Umar, and this is not a defense of Tariq Nasheed. I'm just telling you what happened. Because there were some comments Umar Johnson was making saying that he didn't get paid or he didn't get paid very much or something like that for Hidden Colors. So Tariq was fed up with it and said, Umar cost me a lot of money because I had to shave off what he says was a herpes sore. Okay, I don't necessarily say this is introducing sex into the equation, but Umar just went all off the rails. How does that relate to claiming now that Tariq Nasheed, according to Umar Johnson, has a history with men? And I'm going to release the receipts. You heard him. I'm going to pull up on you. And my friends are calling me and telling me, don't do anything. I got this. Yeah, just like the phone call in the hotel, right? There's something that I mentioned when this whole situation occurred that was relevant then, and it remains relevant. It is a federal law violation. Specifically, it's called revenge porn. If you post pictures of any person, and it doesn't matter whether it's the person that you claim it to be, if you try to represent that you're posting nude photos of someone in the midst of a dispute, that is a federal crime. It used to be you had to be in a relationship with that person. No more. If you post photos, hopefully these fools will go ahead and keep following Umar Johnson's ridiculous criminal commands, because they all will be arrested. I said it then, if he had posted a picture of Tariq or even a penis and said it's Tariq's penis, he would be arrested for that. As you know, Umar Johnson didn't post any pictures. He made the threat, but he didn't post the pictures. Same would apply in any circumstance. Whether or not the picture is of you, they're breaking the law. And unfortunately, with these people who have absolutely no moral compass, the compass, pin is broken, they will say and do anything. That existence occurred long before they met Umar Johnson. Just like I stated before, Umar Johnson and the way he operates, that was in the works long before we knew he even existed. That is the reason why it is absolutely a waste of time. It's futile to engage in any debate and discussion with people like this. If people want to, they're welcome to do it. I'm just talking about how I see it, and whoever wants to listen, you're wasting your time. These people are destructive. They're dangerous. They don't care about anybody. There is no resolution with anything involving these people within the Black community. You need to make sure people that they listen to are in the JOB with these people. And that is the law, the white man. They don't listen to anybody else, but they will listen if you turn their asses in for violating the law. And that is what I encourage anyone to do who's being harassed by these people or doxxed, whether or not it's your address and whether or not it's your photo, because they're putting somebody at risk. That's the bottom line. Again, they don't care about that. So it's left up to other people who have some sort of moral fiber that you can grasp onto to do something about it. These are the warped-minded fools, Umar's co-idiots and people like them, who run around talking about you're trying to destroy a Black man. And this is the kind of behavior that they engage in. And they say that people who are reporting law violations are trying to destroy a Black man or the Black race. They want you to maintain that slave mentality, but only they want you to be enslaved by a Black person now instead of a white person. They can have their own way of thinking. There's no way in hell I'm going to acquiesce to it. I will never accept anything that these people say or do that even potentially puts me at risk. I'm going to turn their asses in, and I encourage you to do the same. Keep on reporting. Keep on reporting. All these things that Umar Johnson has come out with, all these sexual comments, the Department of Ed needs to know exactly what he is saying. Umar Johnson is the one bringing up all of this garbage, all this sexualized mess, and having a heart attack because people are now turning the focus back on him. Umar Johnson knows the time is near. You have the Attorney General involved. The Attorney General would not have been involved if we didn't report him. if multiple people didn't report him? I kept telling you all, this is how it works. You need to make sure you report, especially if someone is dealing with relatively low figures per episode, $5 donations, $10 donations. That's going to take a lot more time to get attention with versus someone who right off the bat has ripped off $5 million. They're going to get right on that. But this situation, what Umar has done, he has slowly bled the community, and enough complaints have finally gone in to get something done. If this is the way it had to be, this is the way it had to be. The same thing with the Department of Ed. Keep those complaints coming. Eventually, they're going to have to do something. There has been some movement, and Umar Johnson helped with the process by not completing those continuing ed units. So he's on the verge of having those credentials that he never earned rightfully to begin with yanked. And then that's going to start a whole new cycle of complaints because he will continue to try and practice as a school psychologist. He's not authorized to do so now, and he will continue to do so after they yank those credentials. Stay on the legal track. Don't succumb. Don't acquiesce. Don't even respond directly to these fools, because that is what they want. They want the attention coming to their channel so they can get money. They're complaining about other people monetizing their channels. That's what they're doing. They have PayPals. They have Cash Apps. But when someone else wants a PayPal and Cash App, then they want to call attention to it. They are trying to do the same thing that they're accusing other people of. If a group has their following or their supporters, they have their following and they have their supporters. There's nothing they can do about that other than try to spread lies and rumors about people and try to get people to come out and defend themselves. The last thing you should do is come out and defend yourself against these fools, these disease-minded idiots like Umar Johnson and his followers and flunkies. Do not waste your valuable time. And as for the speculation about the chocolate, milk chocolate, white penis, you can check out that website. It has a bunch of gifts. Umar is probably finding some way to have people send more to him. And I wouldn't be surprised if that thing was gone before it got out of the package by itself. Umar Johnson just has to bring these things up. What would be the reason to bring something up like this? He wants people to send him more of what he got. Yes, he found it disgusting. If he found something so disgusting, why does he constantly obsess over it? He continually talks about LGBT, sex, penis, booty holes. And let me tell you something. If you can imagine for 1 second, if you reported him every time he brought these topics up, and I'm including him making these statements about other people, continually sexualizing every situation and every scenario that he is in, sexualizing and begging for money, what school psychologist is appropriate to provide service in this scenario? He's only reacting, and he only reacts with this sexual, disgusting bull crap that he cannot control himself. Everything is about sex. And the fact that we are pointing it out, he can't handle it. Well, guess what? That's Umar Johnson's problem. He is the one making these statements, trying to take it to the hilt, but he cannot continue doing this without people speaking up. Because if you aren't going to speak up because he's assuming this fake role as a therapist, you absolutely can speak up because he is saying it against the backdrop of claiming to be a school psychologist, which is a credential the state issues, and the state can take it away. And you saw Umar Johnson's reaction to that. He went off the rails, freaking out. Take this certificate. Why doesn't he just give it up? Give up the certificate. Watch, when he gives it up, he will continue to break the law by claiming he's a school psychologist. And that's going to regenerate a whole other complaint process, like I stated before. In the meantime, make sure you take the high road. It doesn't mean we can't have fun and joke around, but when it's serious business, it's serious business. And that's when Umar Johnson constantly inserts sex into the equation. If Umar Johnson's so hard up for sex, and he's homeless, he can go to, isn't there a porn site called The Homeless or something that deals with people who are homeless having sex? Umar Johnson can spend his time there. Quit bringing this crap to us. We don't want to hear it. In the meantime, keep your head up, keep your eyes on the prize, and never forget to heed the warning. Buyer, beware.